Good afternoon everyone. We are Group 5 reporting the difference between Microsoft Excel and OpenOffice.org Calc. For history, here's Jel Baa.
Hi ma'am, I'm Jel J. Baa. I'm reporting the history of Excel. History of Excel. History of Excel has evolution. The first one, Excel 2.0. The second one, Excel is 5.0. The third one, Excel is 2000. And the fourth one is Excel 2006. First one, the Excel 2.0. Microsoft originally marketed a spreadsheet program called Multiplan in 1982. Multiplan became very popular on CPM system, but on MS-DOS system, it lost popularity to Lotus 123. Microsoft released the first version of Excel for the Mac in 30th September 1985. The first Excel release is 30th September 1985. In the first Windows version, numbered 2.05 to line up with the Mac and built with a runtime Windows environment in November 1987. The second one is 5.0 Excel. With version 5.0 Excel, released 1993, Excel has include Visual Basic for Application, or VBA, a programming language based on Visual Basic, which had the ability to automate tasks in Excel and to provide user-defined functions, or UDF, for use in worksheet. The third one is Excel 2000. For many users, one of the most obvious change introduced with Excel 2000 and the rest of the Office 2000 sheet involved a clipboard that could hold multiple objects at once. The fourth one, Excel 2007. The most obvious change is a completely revamped user interface called the ribbon. Ribbon or menu system, which means a user most abandon most habits acquired from previous version.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Bernalisa G. Palalay, reporting for the history of OpenOffice.org. The OpenOffice.org originated as Star Office, developed by Star Division and offered by Sun Microsystem in August 1999. The source code of release in July 2000. OpenOffice.org was an OpenOffice source version sponsored primarily by Sun Microsystem. After acquiring Sun in 2010, Oracle Corporation stopped supporting commercial development. In August 1999, version 5.2 was made the Star Office available free of charge. In OpenOffice.org 1, on October 13, 2000, OpenOffice.org 1.0 was released. On the 1st of May 2002, was Windows, Linux, and Solaris was released. OpenOffice.org 1.0 for Mac OS X was released on June 23, 2003. OpenOffice.org 2. It was released on 2 September 2005. Sun announced that was retiring the SIFSL. On 20 October 2005, Sun Microsystem formally released OpenOffice.org 2.0 to the public. 8 weeks after the release of version 2.0, an update, OpenOffice.org 2.01 was released. It fixed minor bugs and introduced new features. The 2.03 release, it changes the cycle from 18 months to releasing updates. Future enhancements and bug fixes every 3 months. OpenOffice.org 0.3. On October 2008, version 3.0 was released. The ability to import but not export. Version 3.2 includes support for PostScript based on type fonts. In version 3.3 includes an updated script form, a find bar and interface improvements for Impress. In version 3.4 will include new SVG import, the improved ODF 1.2 support and other enhancements.
I'm Carlo Posadaro, reporting the parts of Microsoft Excel. Active Cell. The active cell is recognized by its black outline. Data is always entered into the active cell. Different cells can be made active by clicking on them with the mouse by using the arrow keys or on the keyboard. File tab. The File tab is new to Excel 2010. Sort of it's a replacement for the Office button in Excel 2007, which was a replacement for the file menu in earlier versions of Excel. Formula bar. Located above the worksheet, this area displays the contents of the active cell. It can also be used for entering or editing data and formula. Name box. Located next to the formula bar. Then the name box displays the cell reference or the name of the active cell. Column letters. Column run vertically on the worksheet and each one is identified by a letter in the column header. Row numbers. Rows runs horizontally in the worksheet and identified by a number in the row header. Together, a column letter and a row number create a cell reference. Each cell in the worksheet can be identified by combination of letters and numbers such as A1, F456, or AA34. Tabs by. Defaults, there are 3 worksheets in the Excel. The tab on the bottom of worksheet tells you the name of the worksheet, such as sheet 1, sheet 2, and so on. Switching between worksheets can be done by clicking on the tab of the worksheet by wish to access remaining worksheet or changing the tab color. Can make it easier to keep track of data in large spreadsheet files. Toolbar. Customized toolbar allows you to add frequently used commands. Click on the down arrow at the end of the toolbar to display the toolbars. Ribbon. The ribbon is the strip of buttons and icons located above the work area. Ribbon is organized into a series of tabs, such as File, Home, and Formula. Each tab contains a number of related features and options. First introduced in Excel 2007, the ribbon replaced the menus toolbars found in Excel 2003 in the earlier version.
The part of OpenOffice Calc, Workbook. shows in the workspace when you open a calc spreadsheet contains 3 worksheets consisting of 32,000 rows by 230 columns. Title bar. The title bar displays both the name of the application and the name of the spreadsheet. Menu bar. The menu bar displays all the menus that are available in Calc. The stylized floating window display option that allow you to change the style of the text with a few clicks. The navigator floating window tools you can use as you type long documents with many chapters, sections, images. The column heading. The column heading. Each OpenOffice.org Calc spreadsheet contains 256 columns. Each spreadsheet contains 65,536 rows. Each row is named by a number. The formula bar contains information that you have entered or that you are currently entering as typed in the current or active cell. The contents of a cell can also be edited in the formula bar. The cell. A cell is an intersection of a column and row. Each cell has a unique cell address. The navigation buttons and shift tabs. The navigation buttons allow you to move from one worksheet to another in an OpenOffice.org Calc workbook.
Hi ma'am, I'm here again, reporting the Microsoft Excel functions. Microsoft Excel has so many functions, like computing grades, payroll, and histogram, and etc. Example of where we using the Microsoft Excel in computing grades. Microsoft Excel used in computing grades because we can determine the failed and the pass grade in a short period of time. So we don't should spend so much time. Otherwise, less effort, less time. So we can use Microsoft Excel in computing grades. Because Microsoft Excel is the best in computing grades. Because Microsoft Excel is the best used in computing grade because Microsoft Excel have the ability to compute in the short period of time. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. I'm Julian and I'll be discussing about the main features and functionalities of OpenOffice.org Calc and the differences and similarities between the two chosen spreadsheets, Microsoft Excel and OpenOffice.org Calc. Let us discuss first the main features of OpenOffice.org Calc. First one is calculations. OpenOffice.org Calc provides you with functions including statistical and bounding functions that you can use to create formulas to perform complex calculations on your data. You can also use the function wizard to help you create your formulas. What if calculations? An interesting feature is to be able to immediately view the results of changes made to one factor of calculation that are composed of several factors. For instance, you can see how changing the time period in a loan calculation affects the interest rates or repayment amounts. Furthermore, You can manage larger tables by using different predefined scenarios. Database functions. Use spreadsheets to arrange, store, and filter your data. OpenOffice.org Calc lets you drag and drop tables from databases or lets you use a spreadsheet as a data source for creating form letters in OpenOffice.org Writer. Platforms. Platforms supported by OpenOffice.org Calc include Microsoft Windows, Linux, Solaris, PSD, OpenVMS, OS2, and iRix. The current primary development platforms are Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Solaris. Now let's proceed to the functionalities of OpenOffice.org Calc. Array functions. The array functions operate on and return the entire tables of data. Complex number functions. The complex number functions operate on or mathematical complex numbers such as 2 plus 3i. Database functions. The database functions are used to extract information from calc data tables where data is organized in rows. Date and time functions. The date and time functions are used to manipulate dates and times. For example, today, now, year, month, day, weekend, or etc. Text functions. The text functions manipulate on, return, or return the text. For example, base character, clean, code, etc. Financial functions. The financial functions provide common business calculations. Information functions. The information functions return information about cells such as whether they contain text or formulas. Logical functions. The logical functions allow Boolean logic decisions. Mathematical functions. The mathematical functions include trigonometric, hyperbolic, logarithmic, and summation functions like cosine, sine, tangent, cotangent, etc. Number conversion functions. The number conversion functions convert numbers between forms. Spreadsheet functions. The spreadsheet functions find values in tables or cell references. Statistical functions. The statistical functions provide statistical and probability calculations. Let us now discuss the differences and similarities between the two chosen spreadsheets, Microsoft Excel and OpenOffice.org Calc. First thing is the terminology. In Excel, the entire file is called workbook, but it is referred to as a spreadsheet in Calc. One tab sheet in a Calc spreadsheet is called sheet. One tab sheet in Excel workbook is called worksheet. The second one is the user interface. In Calc, when you open several spreadsheets, each spreadsheet is open in its own window. This is called a single document interface or SDI. In Excel, when you open several workbooks, each is displayed within one parent window. This is called a multiple document interface or MDI. Platforms. Platforms supported by OpenOffice.org Calc include Microsoft Windows, Linux, Solaris, PSD, OpenVMS, OS2, and iRix. The current primary development platforms are Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Solaris. The third one is the functions and arguments. Both programs have a function bar at the top of the editing window that opens on a list of functions. Excel users search for the proper function by using natural language queries. After the search, Excel opens the function's argument dialog. Calc, however, opens its function wizard directly when the user clicks on the function wizard icon. Like Excel, Calc users can use a search field. However, Calc's advantage is that it lists the required fields and errors before you insert a function into a cell. The fourth difference is called styles. The styles in the Styles and Formatting floating window in Calc are consistent with other OpenOffice.org programs. Excel does not have a similar feature that unifies formatting options with other programs in the MS Office suite. The fifth one is interpreting cell contents. Cells strictly follows the cell format you specify. A cell that is defined as text is treated as a text even when the number is entered into it. For example, if cell B2 contains the number 6, the formula is equal B2 plus returns the value 1. Excel, this returns a value of 7. The sixth is relative addressing of sheets. In Calc, it is possible to have a relative addressing of sheets using a $sign. Dragging and dropping. They are also different in dropping and dragging. In Excel, you select the cell or range of cells and simply drag and drop its contents to the new location. In Calc, select the cell, select a cell adjacent to it, then drag back so that only the desired cell is selected. Then the cell can be dragged and dropped. Shortcut keys. To change from relative to absolute references, press Shift plus F4 in Calc, but press F4 in Excel only. To edit cell comments, press Shift plus F2 in Excel, but press Ctrl F1 in Calc to edit notes. The next one is deleting cell contents. When pressing the delete button in Excel, the contents are automatically deleted. To delete contents automatically in Calc, press the backspace key. When pressing delete in Calc, a dialog opens up where you can choose specifically whether to delete settings, strings, numbers, formulas, notes, formats, or object. They are also different in limitations. In Calc, you can use 256 sheets, while in Excel, it depends upon the number of sheets according to the Microsoft website. Now let us discuss about the similarities of the two chosen spreadsheets, which are Microsoft Excel and OpenOffice.org Calc. The first similarity is they are the same in the user interface, which includes the icons, menus, and toolbars, which are very much alike in appearance and purpose, except for Microsoft Excel 2007. The list making, sorting, and filtering capabilities are comparable. Rows and columns can be shown, hidden, or grouped in both. Excel has the advantage of having advanced filters which allow cells to be arranged according to its format, color, or by some other criteria. Almost 80% of their functions are identical. This includes basic arithmetic and simple statistics such as average, medians, or means. They are also similar in charts, diagrams, graphics, text art, which can be inserted into both. The page formats for printing is also similar in both programs. It offers themes for formatting the whole worksheet. I prefer using Microsoft Excel than OpenOffice.org Calc because it is much easier to use than OpenOffice.org Calc, and I am more fun in using it than the other spreadsheet.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adrian D. Reyno, reporting for the cost and operating system support of OpenOffice and Microsoft Excel. For the cost, OpenOffice is a free software, while Microsoft Excel costs $150. Microsoft Excel has an operating system support which has Windows XP with Service Pack SP3, Windows Vista with SP1, Windows Server 2003 SP2, and MS XML 6.0, Windows Server 2008 or later, and of course Windows 7 operating system. OpenOffice Calc has a operating system like Mac OS X, Microsoft Windows, Linux, FreeBSD, and Solaris. That's all.